All right, let's jump right in. We're about to explore one of humanity's greatest stories, an ancient epic that has shaped the spiritual and cultural lives of literally billions of people for thousands of years, the Ramayana. This is so much more than just a story. It's a foundational pillar of civilization. And that's not just some nice poetic line. This is an actual prophecy from the creator god Brahma that you'll find right in the text itself. It sets this incredibly timeless, epic tone. And frankly, it's a prophecy that has absolutely come true. To really get a sense of its importance, think about the stories that founded Western culture. You've got the Iliad and the Odyssey, right? They're cornerstones. Well, in India and across huge parts of Asia, the Ramayana, along with its counterpart, the Mahabharata, holds that exact same monumental status. So you might be wondering, where does a story this massive even come from? What's so amazing is that its origin isn't some grand tale about kings or gods, but a story born from a single powerful moment of empathy. The entire epic is credited to one person, the sage Valmiki, who's known as the Adikavi, or the first poet. But his backstory? It's unbelievable. He wasn't born a saint, not even close. He started his life as a robber, a bandit chief who lived in the forest. His personal journey from a violent outlaw to a revered sage is really at the heart of the whole epic. So here's the moment that changed everything. One day, Valmiki sees two birds, a pair, just enjoying each other's company. And then, out of nowhere, a hunter's arrow strikes and kills the male bird. The cry of grief from the female bird just pierces Valmiki's heart. He's so overcome with pity and rage that he screams out a curse at the hunter. But his words, they come out in this perfect rhythmic verse. From this raw, spontaneous compassion, a whole new form of poetry, the sloka, is born. This moment is so profound, so cosmically important, that the god Brahma himself actually appears before Valmiki. He blesses this new poetic form and gives the former robber his life's mission. Take this verse, born from sorrow, and use it to tell the story of the world's most virtuous hero, a prince named Rama. Okay, so we've got our storyteller. Now the camera pans, and we journey from the forest to the magnificent kingdom of Ayodhya. This is where our story really begins. And when I say magnificent, I mean it. Ayodhya is described as basically paradise on earth. It's famous across the three worlds for being prosperous and peaceful. We're talking gilded palaces, sweet-smelling mango groves, happy people, all ruled by a just and powerful king named Dasaratha. It was, for all intents and purposes, perfect. And King Dasaratha himself? He's the ideal ruler. He's wise, he's powerful, and his people absolutely love him. He has everything a king could possibly want, and yet there's this deep sadness that just gnaws at him, one single crack in his otherwise perfect life. So what could possibly be wrong? What's the one thing this incredible king doesn't have? An heir. He has no son to carry on his legacy, to continue his noble dynasty, and that sorrow is just all-consuming. And right here, the story just explodes in scale. We pull back from this one king's personal grief and go cosmic. Because at the exact same time King Dasaratha is desperately praying for a son on earth, the gods up in the heavens are desperately praying for a savior. The entire universe is being threatened by this guy, Ravana. He's the terrifying king of the Rakshasas, or Titans. And through sheer force and dark magic, he has conquered pretty much everyone and everything. He's even defeated the gods in battle and thrown the whole cosmos into chaos. So why can't the gods just take him out? Well, there's a catch. Years ago, Ravana performed these intense spiritual practices and earned a gift from the creator god Brahma. That gift? He couldn't be killed by any god or demon. But here's the fatal flaw. He was so arrogant, so sure of himself, that he didn't even bother asking for protection from humans. He thought they were completely insignificant, and that was his big mistake. And that little loophole, that's the gods' only shot. They realize the only way to defeat Ravana is with a human champion. So they go to Vishnu, the great protector of the universe, and they beg him to be born on earth as a man to finally end Ravana's reign of terror. And this is where it all comes together. You've got the king's earthly prayer for a son and the god's cosmic need for a human hero. And these two plot lines are about to collide in the most spectacular way. Back in Ayodhya, King Dasharatha decides to perform a massive, sacred royal ritual, a horse sacrifice, to try and win the favor of the gods. And right at its climax, something absolutely incredible happens. A magnificent, divine being literally emerges from the heart of the sacrificial fire. And this being isn't just there for show. He's carrying a golden bowl filled with this divine food called payasa, which was prepared by the gods themselves. He gives it to the king and says, "This is the answer to your prayers. It will grant you the sons you desire." So the king, he's just overjoyed. He takes this divine offering and gives it to his 3 queens. And soon enough, his prayers aren't just answered. They are answered big time. The result isn't 1 son, it's 4. Just like that, King Dasaratha's sorrow vanishes. His first wife, Queen Kaushalya, gives birth to Rama, and yep, that's him, the main incarnation of Vishnu. His queen Kaikeyi gives birth to a son named Bharata, and his third queen, Sumitra, has twins, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. The hero the universe has been waiting for has finally been born. So there we have it. A divine hero has answered a king's prayer and a cosmic plea. But his destiny is to face an enemy so powerful, he's brought the gods themselves to their knees. The stage is set for an epic showdown between good and evil. And believe me, the incredible journey of Rama has only just begun.